body count matters to me mostly because like I've met women who are like, oh, I've slept with like 45 guys. Oh, I slept with 100 guys, and I'm just like,
That's what I expect to be like common.
yeah, yeah,
That's
I would take that as a double-edged sword.
yeah, exactly. That's why I'm just like, I'm not like I don't see it as like bad that they're experienced, but at the same time, it's just like to me, it kind of, and I don't want whoever's listening to this take this the wrong way. It kind of it degrades them as a woman.
As in, they're not that
To
hard to
me,
get in the
it,
six, I guess.
yeah. Same thing with like guys
There is
who
no
just
difficulty.
sleep around.
You're playing Dark
Um,
Souls on easy mode. One shot, one kill sword.
what the fuck? Um,
I my friend, I think I'm the only female in here, and I am not offended.
okay, well, I'm glad that um that's a good thing then.
Does
Um,
Dark Souls even have an easy mode?
no. Um, my body count is kind of hard to say because I usually only sleep with people who I consider to be in serious relationships, to go into serious relationships with, or I have been in serious relationships with.
how
Um,
many?
I don't know is the
Give me
question.
the digits.
I don't know is the answer.
Sometimes relationships are so far apart times wise that it's really hard to just remember all of them.
I'm sorry. I just
Some
thought this
levels
was
just
funny. A
unforgettable.
viewer
Some
just
levels are forgettable.
responded for Gemini and said zero.
Oh,
Oh damn! I don't think so.
damn.
Give him
Yo,
some
who trying
kind
to
of
fight with
respect.
Gemini?
I don't know. I just thought it was pretty funny.
I I don't know is the answer because again, like Falcon was saying, like there are there
Like a
has
relationship
been
that only
like
lasts 3 months and you really
time
don't pay much attention to it, and it's easy to forget.
there's time that's passed and things like that. So it's like because I know the one relationship I had in 2014 to where I lost my virginity to,
So
that
that's
was a serious
there's
relationship.
one.
I moved down to South Jersey. Um, and then 2 years later, I lived a little bit in Bayonne, with a girlfriend at the time. And then there was an ex who was the 6 foot tall one, who was a witch in a coven, who was a gray witch. She was, yeah, yeah. At that time, she didn't know what was fully wrong with her or anything like that. So she thought she was the reincarnation of goddess and like all that fun stuff.
Can I
Uh,
retroactively answer a previous question? If they call themselves a witch, that's a red flag.
she didn't bother me or anything like that. She just, since she didn't know she had dissociative identity disorder, she thought the alters that were, you know, the different personalities that were talking to her were different people. Um, so there's three right there. After 2016, I left. I didn't really have much contact with anybody after that, physical contact. Uh,
The viewer said, "Damn, he's giving out a bibliography."
It's all lore. It's all lore.
I mean, you asked, so
Here,
you said I had
I'll also
zero.
share some lore when you're done sharing your lore.
So, what, I guess it's 2017, 2018 happened. That's when I was in Philly. So that's four. And then when I came back to when I came back to Jersey, there was a few people that, you know, I tried turning into a serious relationship, but that didn't turn out well or anything. So there was one girl that lived in downtown Rahway in the hotels. I thought that was going to turn into something, but no, she moved to Jersey City, so that's 5. There was the friends with benefits thing that happened. Uh, that I thought was going to turn into something romantic, but it didn't. Because she was also a little bit off her rocker. She wasn't taking medicine. And apparently she had a relationship thing going on with Corpse, the fucking artist. So that's
Oh,
6.
thank God. So you were about to say she was an
Uh,
necro.
Yeah,
Well,
that's what I thought.
no.
It's like, whoa.
Ever exit the locker? Glittery bones.
She's
Talking about
really
skeletons in
rattling
the
those
closet,
bones.
right?
Then there was this other girl who 2 times me, who was dating other people at the same time. Literally had me and another guy that she was dating at the same time at the same barcade. Um,
Dang, these bottom
we
women are
went
min-maxing.
into we had some relations, and that's 7. Uh, yeah, there you go, 7.
So
Okay.
your count
That's your
is
body
7.
count?
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah, from what I can remember, yeah.
Wow.
Be
Impressive.
a fighter.
What a slut.
I mean, I don't know. Do
Oh,
blowjobs
it's hard
count
for
as a
as a
body
guy to
count?
get body count. So like, if he got it, then that means he got
Yeah,
it.
because it's a sexual encounter, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
well then my body count's 4.
All right. Hikaru, if you want to do your lore, you could. You don't have to. It's not
It's gonna be about that
mandatory.
one time you and your boyfriend fought over pizza in the fridge. That's lore. Who got a slice?
No. So my first time was with my Texas ex. Which I kind of regret giving it to him because he's the one who emotionally cheated on me.
Dirty dog.
Yes, he is.
That
He's
dirty dog.
he's an asshole. Nah, in short, he was not a bad person, but the way that he went about stuff near the end of our relationship could have been better. And then I had a sexual encounter with a guy through Facebook dating who wanted me as I guess a sex piece. He came over to my house and he begged me to give him a blowjob, which I felt pressured into doing, so I did it.
Wait,
And
he
then
begged?
he begged.
Bro,
He begged.
Damn, this
got his
guy's
lead.
this
He
guy's
had it
was working
bad.
on his body count.
He begged. He came into my mouth and I ended up spitting it out.
Viewer discretion is advised. Strong
Yeah,
sexual
geez.
content.
Yeah, you should put that warning up.
So sorry.
Sorry, I did it
PG.
afterwards, so I have to flip it around.
So sorry. My last ex, when, you know, he was very detached and he would always like kind of tease me about, when he would, come and junk. He would say that he came in me, but he actually didn't. So I kind of like got psychologically messed up there. It's kind of fucked. And then with my current partner, I like it without giving too much away. It was obviously his first time, and I felt really awkward. I was like, "Are you sure? Do you sure you want to do this?" And he's like, "Yes, I'm sure." So he didn't care about my body count, and it was kind of nice. Now
All
I'm
right.
trying to teach him BDSM.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Hopefully he doesn't hear this.
One step
That's
at a time.
always
Just do one
that's
step
always
at a
interesting.
time.
All right.
It's not like we're live or
Um,
anything.
The next 3 set of
Mm.
questions are very similar to each other, but we're
Okay.
gonna tackle one at a time.
Okay.
And it's all 3 are very controversial. So we'll start with the very first one. Are open relationships a bad idea? If no, explain why you think it's beneficial.
Oh man, I have the perfect example for this one. But I need all the UCC people to, go back in time just a little bit to remember this professor specifically.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, well, you guys were in college before I was in UCC.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
will just say this in context. Please do not say real names, and please do not use real locations for safety purposes.
It's Mr. McGovern's.
Okay. So
He said don't use real
It's
names.
I'm
not a real
Mr.
name.
not gonna.
McGuffin.
Whose name McGovern's? That's a
Oh
sad
my.
name.
No, no, not you. I was talking to Falcon.
He said
So
Mr. McGuffin.
oh
Who's
my
McGuffin? That'd be like a
god.
sad name to have. I'm sorry. Legally change your name. Your
Wait.
grandfathers
my
have
God.
failed you.
Here, I have a better way to describe it. Do you remember our club sponsor?
Oh yeah. Okay.
Okay. They have an open relationship with their husband, and I believe it is beneficial because if you want to do something with you know, your one partner, like your I guess to call it a side piece partner, your side piece partner and your main partner, so like the partner you're married to also has a side piece partner and they want to do something with them, they can. You get different perspectives and while yeah, you know, it adds a little flair to the
More
relationship.
avenues. of enjoyment.
Yes, you get more avenues of enjoyment. You get different like mindsets for things. So like if you date somebody who, you know, has like a similar taste in literature than you, then your main partner has. So like you're married to somebody who doesn't have the same taste in literature as you.
People really be
Um
like, oh, well, you like my literature, so I'm gonna like you.
it's just an example. It's a safer work example. Sheesh. Um, you know, you guys could like do nerdy things, go on like book club dates, have a good time, and then you come home and your main piece, you guys do the stuff that you like doing, like cooking together or watching TV or having intercourse. I don't know.
Playing Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon.
There you go. Yeah, playing video games.
Or you find out that they use only band cards.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
Fight me, Commander. Let's go. Anyway, no, in all seriousness though. I believe it has its benefits to a person who, is in a polyamorous relationship or who has like the mindset
Okay,
of
I'm going to interject there. Remember, polyamory and open relationships are two different things.
right, right. Yeah, I was about to say, or in being in an open relationship. Um, it has its benefits, but I will also say, going back earlier before I stated one thing could be a double-edged sword. Having an open relationship is also a double-edged sword.
Elaborate on that.
Elaborate on how it's a double-edged sword.
Yes.
Um, if your partner if you and your partner agree to have an open relationship and you have an open relationship with somebody who, you know, like your side piece partner, they don't
Side.
I don't know what else to call it. I'm sorry. Your side piece partner knows that you have a main piece partner and they're not okay with being the side piece partner. That's where it
Oh
loses its
yeah.
benefit
Yeah, the
because
person that you're.
they could get jealous or be like
I'm glad you're saying
domineering.
and I'm glad you're saying that because that's how I believe open and poly relationships will end up. But that's just from my observation of it.
Yeah. So like if you have the maturity and the sense to know like the differentiation between like having a respectful like open relationship like the previous person I mentioned they have an open relationship and to be quite honest them and their marriage partner go on dates together with their side piece partners and they have a good time. Like if you have the maturity to handle that, cool. But if you're like side piece partners or your main piece partners, like they don't know how to handle it maturely, then yeah, don't it's it's not beneficial. If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay.
I would also agree with that.
Oh, Dee Dee had something to say.
Yeah. I have to go. It was
All right.
nice talking
Take
to
care.
everyone.
Thank you for being on the podcast, Dee Dee.
Bye,
Yes.
Ototo.
Start gonna what do you call
All right. Um, anyone want to else add to that? To the
I'm ready for the next.
Did I
Ren?
did I just say everyone's answer
Okay.
for them?
Yeah.
Shit.
I
Sorry, guys.
mean, all right. Let's start with Falcon. Falcon, what do you think? Like, do you think open relationships are a bad idea?
Oh
And
yeah, bad idea.
okay, so why do you think it's a bad idea?
From what I recall, I remember correctly, in open relationships, you're basically not fully committing 100% to your partner. You're splitting your love with another individual, which will cause jealousy.
Okay. Do you think there are any form of benefits to having an open relationship?
If you really don't like your lover and you're trying to get out of the relationship, but you don't want to get out now because you have no safety net, I guess it's a good start.
Okay, Rin, how
From the
about you?
utilitarian, practical standpoint of observation of it.
Okay, Rin, how about you?
Yeah, Hikara got it.
Okay, Gemini.
Um, just from personal experiences I've had, I honestly don't feel like it's a good, for just for me. I wouldn't honestly want a open relationship.
Okay.
Um,
Do you think it's a bad idea?
not entirely.
Okay, why so?
Basically the reasons why, exactly why Hikaru said, you know, it works for the people who can, you know, I feel put aside the feelings of like envy and jealousy and things like that and work around it, um, to basically have I mean, if they don't have, knowledge in some aspects and they find people who have different hobbies and, are more cultured in some aspects, I feel like that could definitely help. Expanding their horizons basically.
So you believe open relationships are beneficial to expand your horizons?
Yeah, especially if, so like you have your primary partner, and let's say you and your primary partner both find other partners and they both have different knowledge about certain topics and they both have different hobbies and things like that, and you yourself wouldn't find yourself doing those hobbies unless it came up from those people, right?
But
I
wouldn't you
feel like
already have those kind of experiences if you go on dates with different people, monogamous wise?
I not necessarily,
It's all
because
about that XP farming. You gotta be a fish.
not
You shut
not
your mouth.
necessar
You shut your dirty mouth.
I was gonna
Wow.
say I was gonna say not necessarily, because you try to attract people who you think will be a good fit for you, right? Now, depending on what that is, because everybody is different, um, you may have the age old adage of opposites attract, or you may want to find someone who has the same interests as you. You may want to find, uh people who also like the same hobbies as you do. things like that. So it's like, what what would you monogamously find if you didn't go out of your own comfort zone?
I mean, monogamous wise, if you just go on dates, you can learn about those people and their hobbies.
No, no, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, let me put it like this. Me, I'm not going to know anything about somebody who knows this, and this about makeup, or someone listening to Taylor Swift or whatever does, because I
Now
am
that's a
not
woman that knows about breakups.
necessarily.
But here's the thing, though, that I'm trying to say to you: do you really need to be in an open relationship to discover all that?
No, I'm saying possibly you could. I'm saying if you and your partner find X and Y in different partners, it adds to the knowledge that you and your primary partner could have, because you and your primary partner would be dating other people, yes, but you would be coming home to your primary partner in the end.
Right, but like I'm saying to you, do you necessarily need to be in an open relationship to gain other forms of knowledge?
Well, unless you're going to date someone who's not like, okay, so unless you're going to date someone who is specifically someone that you're not really interested in, and who has these different types of knowledge, then yeah.
So you think it's necessary to be in an open relationship to have different forms of knowledge within the dating sphere?
No, that's not what I said.
Then let's clarify it.
I said it's possible. I said it would be a I said I don't agree with the idea of an open relationship, but with being in an open relationship, you open the doors of gathering more knowledge. If they have a different culture, you're going to gain more knowledge about these other cultures. That's basically it, while still having a primary partner.
Yeah, but that's what I'm
Now,
challenging
when
about what you're saying there,
now
because you're
now
saying that
when
like you'll get a different graph of knowledge about some other people's cultures within an open relationship. Why can't you do that without having to be in an open relationship and having, that knowledge?
I'm gonna step out because I am being summoned.
Okay. Thank you for being on the podcast, Hikara.
You're
Yep,
welcome.
thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
okay, now what I'm saying is, with monogamy, right? You, as your own person, I'm not saying it can't be done in monogamy. I'm saying you as a person would have to take yourself out of your comfort zone and the people that you are interested in, to learn about those type of things.
Right,
Like,
but
I'm
I don't think you're getting the question I'm saying. Like that's why I'm asking you, like, do you necessarily have to be in an open relationship to know those knowledges in the dating sphere and different cultures, as you put it, within the dating
no,
sphere?
Everybody
no,
needs to.
I answered your question. I said you don't. I said that you don't necessarily have to be. I may have not said that you don't necessarily have to be in one. I'm saying that if you are in one, it opens those doors better, but I'm not advocating for open relationships.
Okay, so you said you think it's better um in the open relationships. What do you mean by that?
Because it's opening those doors better than it would for monogamy.
How is it better?
Yeah, but how is it better?
Does it mean like just meeting somebody else new, different personality? Couldn't you both go and do that together? Like go to, like,
Because now
vacation
you're
and stuff.
making
Talk.
you're
If
now
you
making a you're now like I feel like you're making a generalized statement of it's better in open relationships versus polyamory or monogamy. And
no, I'm
what
not.
I'm trying to find out is why is that better? Like, where are you getting that it's better, right? Because
Okay.
everyone is in a different, I guess I could say to each their own, but I'm trying to find out why that's better.
Two people dating one other person at the same time, and they are both outside of their comfort zones, learning different things separately, and then coming back home and saying, "Oh, hey, guess what I learned today?" is completely different than a single person monogamously forcing themselves out of their comfort zone and let's saying, and I'm sorry if this hurts any viewers out there, but forcing themselves to date, let's say, a stereotypical blonde bimbo.
I'm
Do you
not follow,
understand where I'm
I'm
getting?
not following, I'm actually not following where you're getting at with that, but
Cali
continue.
girls.
Okay, he's trying to say that it's not learning. It's not the idea of learning things that's beneficial. It's the idea of learning these things to bring back to your primary relationship.
Okay, and that's the beneficial part of open relationships is what he's saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What I'm trying to understand is why can't that be done within monogamy? Let's
I'm
start
not
with
saying
that.
it can't be done with monogamy, but when you're in a monogamous relationship, you don't have that support net to go out of your way or out of a comfort zone.
Okay. So can the same thing be done in a poly relationship?
Since the next question is going to be, or
I didn't ask it
possibly
yet,
be,
but I guess I'll ask that question first.
can the same thing be done in a polyamorous relationship?
Yes, that's what I asked. Yeah.
Well, polyamorous is different than open relationships because
Yes, we established
Can the
that. Yeah.
principle you just described can be applied? Can it be applied to a poly relationship?
what of bringing back knowledge to a polyamorous family
Because
or
like
adding.
if I
Does
understand
adding
correctly,
is
yeah. Go
adding
ahead.
other
I'm
people to
trying.
the polyamorous relationship? Is that the same benefit that you're describing? Does it confer the
No,
same benefit?
no.
Why so?
Why? Okay, why would it be? There's okay, so
Okay, so in your example about the open relationship is by engaging with other people, you can learn things to bring back to your primary relationship. If that's the
yes.
principle in learning things from other people, then how is it not the same if by adding another person to the polyamorous relationship, do they not contribute what the same kind of principles that you could have learned from the open relationship? Is that not still being added to the relationship?
Well, see, I'm trying to understand where you guys are going with the question instead of just trying to lead me into something here.
We're not trying to lead you.
No, we're just asking you simple questions.
Okay, so if primary partners add more partners into their relationship, effectively it becoming a polyamorous relationship, then yes, then they do contribute more into the relationship, bringing things back to it.
Can we get a clarity on like what type of things are they bringing back into the poly relationship?
Okay, let me think of a scenario here. Let's say both of you are white people, right? And one of them wants to date a Puerto Rican, and they don't know anything about Spanish culture. And then you and your primary partner are like, okay, sure, that's fine. They bring their knowledge of some Spanish culture to that relationship. And they also help the relationship out financially and in whatever kind of way with jobs and this, that, the other thing. Because usually the point of a polyamorous relationship is they want to live under the same roof together. Now, also, let's say still in that same kind of thing, you're bring over someone who's Asian, maybe Mongolian, maybe Chinese, maybe Vietnamese.
Gross. I'm
You
joking.
bring them into the polyamorous relationship. Now they're adding more to the knowledge. More say what if that Spanish person didn't know anything about Asian culture? Now they're learning more. Now they have more culture around them to spread. I know these two white people would. And I'm sorry for generalizing it that way, but that's the best way I could describe it.
So let's get into the main question at hand there. Are poly relationships a bad idea? If
Yeah.
yes, explain why. If no, also explain why.
For the same reasons as a as an open relationship, but it's done. I would say it's done with the arrogance to believe that you're best better than that.
Oh, say that one more time. I'm sorry, I didn't catch you.
Okay, like the way I see it is like a poly relationship is bad in the same reason, the jealousy, but it's done in the arrogance is like, but to believe that, oh, we're not gonna get jealous of each other to the point where it doesn't get in the way. I feel like that's a very arrogant thing to believe.
I actually agree with you there because they're and this is just my opinion and I guess statement and comment on this. You know that's the general gist that I'm hearing from people that are in open relationships or poly relationships, that there's like this ironclad belief that nobody will be jealous in the relationship or nothing toxic can come out of it. I think that's very rather silly because in both open and poly, aren't you dealing with more than one person?
Yeah,
And
you like struggling to like nobody talking about it. You know, say if
right, and you have
somebody's
to
got a
yeah,
problem with this person, they won't say anything because they like this person.
right, and then you have to conform to all their boundaries and set our specific rules.
Well, that depends on what kind of form of polyamory you're dealing with.
Uh, I didn't know there was other alternate forms of polyamory. Can you elaborate on that?
Well, okay, so the it it usually defaults on the the couple that is usually I want to say the primary couple that is usually like, oh, let's be poly, and then they usually get more people into it, and then they start setting rules and boundaries, and they're saying, well, okay, now before anything like this happens, even with each other, they're like, okay, so if you start talking to someone else, you have to let me know. You have to, we have to vet this person out, basically, and all this, that, the other thing. There are I want to say different forms of that, because you can be polyamorous and still cheat, um, according to some polyamorous people. Because apparently if you do not know what's going on, sometimes that is a form of cheating. Um, because I've met quite a few of polyamorous couples, and uh it's difficult. Some of them seem happy, some of them don't seem happy. One of okay, no. Okay, one of them actually ended because the primary partners were he beat he beat his wife, actually. So
Which
now
one?
she's in. No, so this is what was the weird thing, right? They were on and off poly, and they were married. Unofficially though.
What do you
But
mean on
then
and off
when they
poly? What does that even mean?
it means that they would be fine with having like orgies and shit and all this other stuff sometimes, and they would have partners coming and going that would
Remember
that
when
they
that
would
was just
both be
called
okay
being a
with.
swinger? I remember when that was just
Um,
called being a
Yeah,
swinger.
that's literally the definition of a swinger. So
so so that that whole thing basically ended because he beat his wife, and now she is like completely traumatized and all this other stuff, and she has two kids under that guy, and she's like struggling and everything. So I guess back to the topic. What are polyamorous relationships bad? I want to say yes and no, because done right, which let's be honest, there's no really real way to do these things right. Um, Again, if you ignore, it's like the whole Jedi thing, right? Like if you ignore your emotions, you you'll you'll be fine with things. And apparently, if you can handle the situations uh, with maturity enough, you'll be fine with being polyamorous. Same thing with if you know where your partner is and you don't put too much thought in of like, oh well, are they sleeping with this person? Are they doing this? Da 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 da. Like if you don't think or give into the jealous tendencies like that, sure, I can definitely see it working. I can definitely see how financial things would help and all that other stuff. But me as a person, I do not see how polyamorous relationships can help, and that is not a shot to anybody who is listening to this. It's just as a human and from someone who has been in um a polyamorous relationship before. Uh I could not deny my feelings of envy or jealousy. And because that's something really hard to do, especially if you feel like your partner's not giving you enough attention, if you feel that they're spending more time with other partners than they are with you, if you feel that they're playing favorites with people, like there's all this that's going to crop into your head. So, yeah, no.
Damn, how do they do it? I can barely handle one.
They don't.
no, and see that's what I was trying to get at with you, Gemini. That's why I don't think both open and poly are. I mean, I do think open and poly are just outright bad ideas. I mean, personal opinion. That's just mine, And to each their own. To all the viewers out there, because like again, like just like what Rin was saying, to say that you can close out your emotion when or I do think it's arrogant to say that they won't ever get jealous or anything like that, because jealousy can happen, especially with multiple people in one relationship. I know these individuals that have like 25 people in one poly relationship. That's
Yeah.
25. And I checked up on them like, not even like a year ago, and they told me now they're down to 2 people.
Yep.
And I'm trying to like discern like how, in what way is that beneficial? Because now, there's all this drama going on with all of them because, cheating happened. Like there's sets of rules. Like there's someone from the far end of that poly relationship that had sex with someone in the main part of the poly relationship, even though they never really interacted as much. And, you know, I think that's just a huge mess.
Oh, and
Yeah.
sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. They also, some people who do polyamorous relationships, they also call it or a form of polyamory, ethical non-monogamy.
Oh boy. All right. I'm gonna ask. Like, we need to clearly define that. Ethical non. Oh my God. Google already
Yeah, that's
searched it
what's
for
called
me.
ethical non-monogamy.
Google autofilled it.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Yeah,
Let's.
I'm not kidding.
Consensual non-monogamy is a subset of ethical non-monogamy. Oh wait, this is consensual non-monogamy. Can someone search this up? Like, this is. Oh my
I mean,
God.
if you're in a polyamorous relationship, isn't it not control? Unless someone like a stranger shows up. Hey, I heard you had a poly relationship up with this bitch.
I don't know why this just was pulled up, but apparently there's been a study that there's a high rate of rape that happens in a poly relationship. I
What the
don't
Makes
don't
sense.
don't ask me. I don't.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not going to. I'm
I
surprised
would
by
feel
that
bad about
though.
that joke now.
I'm surprised, honestly, about that. Um,
There's a high rate of rape and cheating, and
yeah,
apparently emotional abuse.
ethical non-monogamy. Um, so what they mean by ethical non-monogamy is like following the rules to a T kind of thing, and everybody being loyal, this, that, the other thing. I wouldn't doubt that there is emotional abuse, but I'm surprised about the rape.
Yeah, it's a high rate. I won't get into the statistics of it because again that's like a very hot topic. There seems to be a high rate of it. I don't know where I found that. I was looking for non-ethical monogamy as you spoke about it. I'm just saying, for every viewer out there, I don't know what's going on. I I'm I will just say I'm new to this lingo with polyamory and open relationships. I don't know anything about it really. I'm only observing it in hindsight
I,
here.
I know one thing about open relationships. It was on an episode of TV show House. Now, one of the doctors had an open relationship because it's with his wife. They both agreed on it because they're having problems in the bedroom, so they agreed just to do that. And then she started. This is where it started getting bad. Why he didn't where it didn't work out. He couldn't find another person. So she was still sleeping around with another guy. So he didn't find anybody, but he started noticing that she started using more money going out. So as that she was using their money to pay for these dates with these guys. That's where it starts hurting.
Which means we're going to our final part of this trio of questions. Are monogamous relationships a bad idea? If so, explain why. And if not, also explain why. And what are the benefits of monogamous relationships?
Rain, you
Wait.
got this.
Wait, didn't we answer this already?
No, we didn't. We
No,
talked
we're
bits
talking
and bits
about
of it.
monogamous relationships now.
Oh, okay. All right. So it's the same thing. Are they good?
Yes.
Is that the
Are,
first part of the
no,
question?
are they bad? Are they a bad idea?
Are they bad? Yeah.
No, they are not bad. Monogamy keeps human beings on the earth, so yeah. Well, actually, based on who you ask, that's a bad thing. Actually, humans are the disease after all. But
That's also subjective to say.
I know. But are they bad? No. What was the second question?
Um,
Basically,
if
give your opinion why.
it's basically to give your opinion more and what benefits come out of a monogamous relationship.
Okay. Why are they not bad? Um, well, in principle, a monogamous relationship isn't bad. Um, it just, as for the same reasons we said the other ones were, it doesn't come with those downsides that make them those bad. So you don't have to worry about being jealous unless they're cheating on you, like an open relationship. But and
Which
then what was the
apparently
other
has a
part?
high count of rape and emotional abuse. And
Yeah.
What was the other what? What was that other part?
of the question.
Benefits.
What are the benefits of it?
Benefits.
The benefits. The benefits. It's you have a person all to yourself. That's the benefit. You have someone who is now responsible for all your bullshit.
Yep.
Whether, hopefully, if they like it.
Now, can we gain knowledge in the same way as open and poly relationships?
Absolutely. It's called testing the waters. Date one person for a bit. It doesn't work out. You learn something. Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
Some people don't learn.
Man, I think I should stop dating crazy people.
Did you
Yeah.
did you cough there for a
Nah.
second, Rin?
No.
Did you
What are
cough
talking
there
about?
for a second, Rin? Yeah. Uh huh.
Nah.
Uh huh. I heard you. I heard. Uh huh. Uh huh. Yeah. It's not my fault I attract crazy
Why would I
chicks.
do that? Now, why would I? Why would I assume things about my friends? Huh? Do you think I'm a monster?
Wait, what's the question?
Only
Shut up.
sometimes.
Lynn,
Shut
Falcon, the
up.
question is: are monogamous relationships a bad idea? If no, explain why. And if so, also explain why. And
Oh,
also tell us
monogamous as in just one person for the rest of your life?
yes, and explain the benefits as well.
Oh, it's a good idea because it makes that sure that there's less single men around. And if you have too many men who are single, then basically you have like a society that's about to be a bit chaotic. I think I remember reading about that.
So, what benefits does monogamy in relationships bring?
Well, you have someone who's going to be loyal and committed to you, and you don't have to keep track of multiple partners. Which is why anime harems make no sense. Because why would you want to like keep track of all those partners that you have to love?
No. You're misunderstanding. The anime harem isn't that they're all together. The anime harem is the selection process.
No, anime harems just retarded. I'm be real with
No.
I
See, you have
mean,
a
there
bunch
are
of people
different
fawning over
forms of
you, and then you
harem.
pick the one you like.
No, but there are different forms of harem. Like one is what Rin mentioned, and then the other is what you're thinking of, Falcon,
Yeah.
where all these girls are for one guy.
Yeah, and then that one guy gets to pick, or the one girl gets to pick, based on which
I mean, there's also the reverse of that, where it's all guys for one girl.
Or sometimes even the girls are for the girl.
Yeah, that too.
I've seen reincarnated in my next life as a villainess. That shit's hilarious.
Viewer, we'll do a Q&A at the end. I am not going to ask Gemini and Rin questions just yet.
Yeah, I already know which one you got.
Q&As will be at the end. All right,
How
so we'll
close are we
go.
to the end?
we're getting there. We're getting there. You love the end,
It's been
don't you?
3 hours already.
All right, so here's it. Here's the next one.
Let's go speed questioning.
Is texting your ex considered cheating?
No,
If it's
moving
not
on.
considered cheating, should it be suspicious?
Agreed. No. Moving on.
Is it cheating?
Um,
No. Is it suspicious? Yes. Moving on.
Yes, it is definitely suspicious.
I would say it depends on the circumstance. But if your significant other is asking questions about it, then then you definitely deserve to give her a explanation.
Didn't you ask why you all up in my business? Why you looking at my text?
Right? What you
Well, we'll see because
Stop camping outside my job.
asking all them
then
questions.
let's see.
Asking all them questions. Assuming?
But see then. But see, then it fills them with insecurity, right? Because you're talking to an ex. So, um, even if you are like friends and civil with your ex, like, should you be texting your ex?
We didn't get to that
You're just
question yet.
friends? I mean,
Oh wait, no, yeah, we are on that question. What am I talking about?
Yeah, I'm saying like if you're friendly with your ex and you're just civil, should you still be texting your ex,
yeah.
even though it might make your significant other
No, I'd make sure they would know.
insecure?
They should know that hey, do you if you don't if you feel like it's uncomfortable or whatever, I won't text her. Just,
Okay, now what?
I would
Now
like them
what
to
if?
meet the person first. If they didn't meet them, then yeah, kind of.
Okay, but now what if your significant other wanted you to stop talking to your ex?
Yeah.
No.
If it was a good
Oh,
if I cared enough, I would.
Rin, I want you to answer that. Why you say no?
I'm very vehemently against, even in my significant other, trying to dictate who I can and can talk, regardless of whether they're an ex or not.
Even if they're uncomfortable?
Even if they're so. For me, my standpoint is this: you can talk and associate with who you want, and I can talk to associate with who I want. You want to talk to your ex? Fine by me. I can't talk to my ex? No, it doesn't work that way.
Okay, but wait, what if them talking to their ex makes you insecure about some things?
It doesn't.
But how does it not?
Oh, because I don't care.
I'm
I mean,
Wait,
if
so
they're
you're-
with
you're-
me, they're with me. I'm not going to be jealous of them talking to their ex. They're their ex.
I'm that's an interesting response.
I think it goes
No,
down
I-
to trust too.
Like, why should I be insecure
No,
around
no,
the
no,
person that they
I
left?
actually get what Rin is saying because, like, he's going
Or,
more on
person
the
that left
matter of
them.
trust.
Yeah, trust. I 100% with that. Yeah, you guys
Well,
trust each other about it. Yeah.
why would they be talking to their ex like from 5 years ago
Because you
I
still
mean,
can
while
remain
they're with
good
you?
friends. You
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
Yeah, like sometimes I have my exes. They're like great friends. We both like settled and say, oh, it didn't work out. Like it wasn't bad. I've remained
I
friends
mean,
with
I have
all
a
of my.
friend that is an ex of mine, and we still hang out every now and then to play board games and stuff.
Yeah,
Okay, now what
and
if the ex
then
tries to make a move on you?
then we sleep together a couple of
Then you
times.
say,
What would he
"Oh,
do?
wait, move on me,"
What the hell?
It's like Plan
Yeah.
B.
and I say no.
It's like a Plan B. We're done.
Wait, what the fuck is Goku
Oh
talking
wait,
about?
what? Sorry.
Plan B.
Okay, Goku's gasping real hard right now.
Goku said, "Then we sleep together," and she takes Plan B. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
all right,
the,
yeah.
the next question is very interesting, and also very controversial. Is dating your friend's ex considered a bad thing?
That
No.
is
Oh,
betrayal.
yeah. You're dead.
Okay. I was in this situation. Well, to a degree, and you know what? I was fine with it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah, I was fine with my friend dating my ex. Not my business anymore.
Yeah, I was gonna say it depends on the situation, really.
Yeah.
I don't really consider it bad as long as the people in the know, are completely comfortable with it.
I even tried to pretend to be angry, and I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, I'd just be
Hmm.
talking shit. It's like, yeah, I already had that, just to let you know. Not very good.
Like
Wow, he finally wants to talk shit.
no, 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 no. See what Goku's saying back in 2014, the girl that I lost my virginity to, right? I met her gay best friend.
Her ex.
Sorry, yes, her ex.
Correct.
Yeah,
There you
and
go.
I'm just like, wow, that pussy turns guys gay. Okay, but moving on.
Here we
Um,
go.
he literally looked at me and he's just like, just to let you know, my dick has been in that mouth before. I'm just like, okay.
I'm sure she brushes.
Yeah, sure. Pretty sure.
Yeah,
I
like
hope.
I like
It's been a few years, I
like
hope.
I'm just like,
Wow, Rin,
okay.
just wow.
No. You know the big flex there? Like, the response to that? Keep talking, my dick gonna be in your mouth. That's the flex.
Wait, but
Yeah,
didn't
but
you
it's
say he
it's
was
like,
gay?
yeah, he
Yeah.
was gay. Yeah, he turned gay. Yeah.
He
So then it turns into a circle of love after that, I guess.
Wait, oh no, why'd you say that? Because now that's
Uh,
even more evidence that you might be gay.
Oh no!
wow. Okay, so I'm gonna read this just for you, viewer. To Black Falcon, I think you have the best point and viewpoint on relationships.
I'm gonna.
Yeah.
I'm, okay, I'm not laughing. I'm good. I'm
You're
good.
not laughing.
I'm not
That-
responding to that.
this is good stuff.
I'm
Okay,
going
I'm
to
good.
respond
I'm good.
by
I'm good.
saying, "Sir, I think you joined late, but it's okay."
Give it a few, like, know him for a few months. So you see if you still think that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's not a sir.
Oh, ma'am,
Assuming
or
people's genders.
or
Dang,
they.
bad gender people.
Um,
All right, and that's the only one I'm gonna say so far. Falcon, just so you know, you have a fan.
he has a few fans. Remember the girl that gave him his number, her number?
That happened.
Is that really a fan?
Okay, all right. As much as I hate him, he is a principled person.
Oh,
Yes.
I just hate his principle. He is
Uh,
consistent. If
my poor
Okay,
guy.
we'll continue on more. I know
yeah, I
the
was gonna
Q and
say
A's are getting interesting.
next question.
Uh, Describe to me what a perfect date is to you.
Ooh, perfect date.
a perfect
Great
date, oh,
laughter, great entertainment. You guys are talking the whole time. Like I think the hug at the end of the night. If you get that, a nice, good 2-3 second hug, I feel like that was a great night.
Okay, Rin.
oh man, we go bowling. We have a movie or something at home on Netflix. We go out to hit the Applebee's and then complain how everything sucks. Yeah,
Fuck,
that's a good date for me.
fuck that Applebee's. You're
Applebee's
right.
suck. Yeah,
You're right. That's a perfect date.
yeah. And then we just
Uh,
spend the rest of the night complaining about the dinner.
Yeah, that was terrible, dude. That place sucks. I don't even know why we went there. This is why. Right here, this moment.
But
uh,
in all seriousness, a nice quiet night in. That's ideal.
Okay.
yeah. I
Although
can't
I won't lie, I
agree with
do like
that.
bowling. The bowling does sound nice.
Dude, bowling. Dude, we
All
gotta go
right.
bowling.
How about both you,
All right,
Gemini
Goku, it's
and
the date.
Falcon?
Okay, so I was gonna say like indoor dates aren't that bad. So but I would like to like, go somewhere out to eat. Um
Bougie.
if it would Nobody really likes going to the movies anymore, so like I have any kind of streaming service or whatever. if she's into playing video games or just watching, that's fine. Uh,